This week, Hudson turned 14, so we spoilt him and Tim took him to Melbourne and they enjoyed a blacksmithing course together. Tim did one a few years ago and absolutely loved it, and Hudson has shown a lot of interest. He did a great job and it was a fantastic experience. They enjoyed their time in Melbourne. They went and did a bit of axe throwing and enjoyed some pizzas and just had a really nice fun time and lapped it up in a beautiful hotel. We love giving gifts that are experiences because they really don't need more stuff around the house. Had a bit of a busy day in the kitchen, so I thought I'd show you what I've been up to. So at the moment I've got this chicken soup on the go. I'm probably just gonna pressure can that up. That way I've got soup on the shelf. Like I mentioned in last week's video, I like to get a collection of shelf stable foods done. So that way we have got canned food ready to turn into like pie fillings and soups and stews while we are in the thick of it during the spring season period. I do the chicken carcass in that so that the bones don't go all through the soup. All honesty, this took a few days, so I put the stews in the fridge before I pressure can them, just for a day or two. So it's the next day and I like just to sit this here. I undid it last night before going to bed. But I like just to leave it until the next day, and then that way I know that there's not going to be any huge pressure changes, because if you have a big change in pressure then they won't seal or it can crack your jars and things like that. So you can see here it hasn't siphoned much at all, and that's just due to keeping that temperature as consistent as possible. So when it goes up and comes down, you don't have those big changes in temperature causing any issues. So now I'm going to take all the clips off and we'll see if they've all sealed. Yep. Actually really happy with that, considering I had to use rings that I've used before. I couldn't find all my packets of new rings, so they're all secondhand used rings, so it's a win. This little beauty is a lemon cake that I've just put together. We've got some friends coming over. No, my oven's a bit uneven, so that side's, let's not look at that side. Ooh. Yeah, so I made a lemon cake with our homegrown lemons. The boys have absolutely demolished these biscuits. I did a double batch, but they are a choc mint bicky. They are delicious. There's no butter in these. It's all like oil and stuff, so very good for on a budget. Another beautiful loaf of bread done for the week. I just smashed this like a whole big one this week instead of separating it up to make smaller loaves, because I was obviously a bit busy doing other things and this is convenient for me. When Hudson and Tim went to Melbourne for his birthday, they went to pick up Loki, which is Hudson's snake. My brother and sister-in-law were both looking after him for us while we travelled Australia. So it's really nice to have him home again. And yeah, the whole family are back together. Hey! Come on, dude.
We're just happy to find you, I guess. Go.
Thank you. How are you?
Loki is hook trained, and so when he feels the hook, he knows it's not dinner time.
He's cold. He's been out for long.
A silly. God, he's freezing. What a silly Billy.
Yeah.
He has a 12-volt heat mat in there. He's decided to get out through the top of the heat lamp. Honestly, the hole's tiny, but see, even here, like, he pushes up through, so I think we'll tape the whole thing, but we're gonna have to be careful that's hot. I might have to talk to Dad about it because you don't want that to start a fire, but...
Oh, it shouldn't. The type of tape,
it's a clothing tape.
Yeah,
so.
cloth tape.
Yeah, cloth tape. Cloth and heat probably don't go very well together. Anyway, so here's our silly Billy.
Freezing, so we...
I know, he's so cold. Goodness me. Causing us all a fright.
He has some hair in his mouth.
Well, he causes me a fright because there are so many holes in this house. He could end up anywhere. And in the old house, he got out once and he ended up getting into the wall.
You did?
Yeah, that's how he got to Caillou's bed, because he was in the wall.
Oh.
And I made a joke and I was like, check your beds for the snake. And then Caillou fell asleep and there was a hole like next to him. It's from where the bed had been pushed into the new plasterboard, and the plaster was just not good quality. And he'd gotten up onto the top of his bed into the wall, and then at night time poked his head out the wall and like went across the top of Caillou's bed.
Just slept there as well.
Yeah, it was kind of funny though, because Caillou's like, I found the snake.
Yeah.
Anyway, don't put it right next to his face. That's just silly.
Right, yeah.
That's how people get bit. I mean, he's only ever bitten Tim once because Tim tried to hand feed him without using the tongs, and snakes have got really bad eyesight, so he missed the mouse and got Tim's.
I've trained him to touch him around the face.
Yeah.
He's not reacting.
They're actually really sketchy animals, and so yeah, generally if you go near their face, they'll like be like, oh, what is that?
Yeah.
They're just big scaredy cats actually. So anywho, oh, super relieved that we found the snake.
Yeah.
And yeah, because he's a pet and we like to look after our animals. After that debacle, I decided to get outside. We had a gap in the weather that was quite nice, so I planted out my onion seeds. I think I got some beetroots in there as well. I just did these trays over a couple of days. I'm using an app called Seed Time, and I'm just trying to time everything right. So I'm hoping this app works well. It's a free app I found. I thought we'd give it a crack and see how we go growing a year's worth of food this way. And I finally bought some strawberries. Life with kids, hey, because our eldest went out for a motorbike ride this morning and he's left the gate open. The problem is we've got cattle that can come through this gate. This is really hard one-handed. Yeah, we've got cattle that can come through this gate and get into where the house is. I do not want that. They are mischievous, nosy things, and they would rub up against the car and probably have a look at the washing. This is like the dodgiest rigged up gate. Just but it works. So, and look, because I'm out here, all the chickens have come out now, thinking I've got food, because that's what I do. Hi everyone. Anyway, I can't see the cattle anywhere. I don't know where they've got to, but the fact that I better just check the front paddock. I feel like I would have noticed, but they really are nosy. I feel like they're a lot braver at night time though. Oh, okay, I can see they're not in the front paddock, which is the garden area. I have no idea where they are. That's okay, they'll be down the very back paddock. Do you know what's so cute is that these two are allowed out now, but they're not brave enough, and I just love that about little chicks. Hey, you're not brave enough. They keep thinking about it. Yes, hello Peppa. They'll get there. I'm so easily distracted. I actually came out here to grab my trolley because I've got so much compost. I don't know if everyone's like me. I'm probably not alone. I collect compost in like a 1 litre yogurt bucket, but I end up filling multiple of them and my big mixing bowls. But I really need to take out the compost. How good is this? Almost full. It's awesome. This is our second bay that we started. It's starting to get really nice. This is the third bay that the kids did. It didn't get as high up as I wanted it to, but it's close enough. Oh, hey, look. A caterpillar on a cowpat. And then this is the first bay. It doesn't look as good as the second, and I find that really interesting. The first bay we did is just straw and cowpats. The middle of it is really nice, actually. I turned it recently. And then this one over here, the third bay, was the second lot of compost we did. That has, what has it got? So like it's got all the organs and stuff from the rabbits that we've been catching on our property that, you know, left over like offal and stuff. It's got fish in there. So someone gave us fish that they'd caught like a couple of days beforehand and they just were not, they were not good. They just smelled really nasty. So we chose not to eat them and we put them in the compost bay. Yeah, so that's actually like doing heaps better, but it'll be interesting to see what the final product is like. I do want to start another bay. So the kids were not meant to fill this one. This bay is so that these two get flipped into the middle, but they were helping and, you know, I do just appreciate their help, so I'm not going to complain about that. We have a problem because we got all this spent hay from a friend of ours and like the cattle are loving it. They've been having a good old mung. They're turning it into compost themselves because they've put cow pats everywhere. So I really need it to fill up these in 2 bays. So what I'm going to go do is go and grab the pitchfork and I might just start piling some of this with the cow pats in here and I'll layer in the compost from indoors, but get a new bay started. In the end, I would love to get these N2 done. I don't even know what to do now, whether I just turn those N2 into this middle one. I don't know. What would you do when your lovely children have helped and you need to then fix the assistance? Anyway, oh, these chickens just follow me everywhere. They're going to get right under my feet now. They've all just come out because I'm here. They're like little kids. I've got the dogs here too. Do you know what I don't have? My kids. They haven't followed me out. They don't they don't really care at all what I'm up to. This is the problem with the chickens following me everywhere. He was just in there being like, come have snacks. And this is another reason I really like to have the boards on it. Angel, jump out the way. I just really need to get this done. I can't have it all piling up in the house. We used to have mice in there, which we've managed to get rid of at the moment. Gosh, there was like birds and bats and everything living in that house when we first got here, but we didn't live in it at first. We stayed in the caravan and the boys stayed in their swags outdoors. It's been quite the process to get it cleaned up, but totally worth it. All right, that's going to do me. I'm actually not great today. I'm in so much pain, but I just really wanted to get it done and I don't want to push myself. So that's where we're at. A little baby pile. I might pick up a few cow pats to sit on top of it because I don't want the cows to eat it, and they won't if they've got their manure on top. It's good to get another bay done. We're definitely a little bit behind. Hey, you don't need any food. Look how full your crop is. I've got Pepper eating a carrot. I need to pick up some of this baling twine. I noticed that it's full of it, but that's just because our friend said that we could pick up the hay from the bottom of the hay shed because they're not going to use it for their animals. And yeah, it helps them clean out their hay shed, and it helps us get our compost kind of underway. So it's a win-win. Oh, that's actually not a bad piece of twine. But yeah, so we do like to find situations like that where we can just help one another. Pop this in my trolley. Honestly, that gorilla cart is amazing. I have another one that my parents bought for me a few years ago, and I love it, but it's definitely not as good a quality as the gorilla carts. It is like really floppy, like the actual cart bit, and we've already had the handle and stuff start to go on it, which is a bit disappointing because they're not cheap, but at the same time I literally can't pick up this cow manure. Everything's so wet because it's been raining for days. I mean, it's been raining all morning as well, but I just really wanted to get this done. I'm probably going to regret it though, because the dogs and the chickens and everyone are interested in it. Come on. Enough. I might even have to find a piece of tin or something. I just really can't be bothered. I just want to get it out of the house. But I guess this is just, some days are like that, hey? Today we are moving the water tank that's by the house. We haven't been using it except for the chicken water. So it's a massive tank. We're going to move it over by the windmill and we'll show you why. First of all, it needed a really good clean. It's been sitting up there for goodness knows how many years, just collecting so much mud off of the roof. So yeah, good pressure wash.
Hi.
Did you have fun?
Yeah, lots of fun.
Hey, you can't eat that. No. It's like a worm. Nigel looks really surprised. Stopping the plastic.
Oh no.
Are you alright there, babe?
Yeah.
You sure?
That was easy.
Sure looked easy.
Take the plastic out.
Ninja.
I eat the plastic.
So Tim knows more about this setup, but really it's the tank setup for our off-grid system. So
yeah, so we've taken this black tank that was on the house that's, I believe, about 5,000 litres, and we're hooking it up to the windmill, one for head pressure water for watering the veggie gardens, and then two to have drinking water to run to the house as well eventually once I put the pipe work in the ground.
yeah, this water is really nice. So there's a natural spring just down the road from us actually. So apparently many of us along this kind of area, in this area, are really lucky, and we've got, basically it tastes like the spring water. So we have been filling up these 20-litre jugs to drink from it, but this way we'll have the tank, and yeah, eventually it'll be hooked up to the house.
Yeah,
So
eventually we'll have a tank off of each structure, and a couple of big tanks off the house as well.
yeah.
Which will have a a system going around that they're all actually connected as well. So if one runs out that's running off a smaller structure, we can turn on some valves and fill up the tanks to water veggie gardens, and always have water for the house, as we will be fully sustained with rain eventually. Get there.
Yeah, that's it. Well, we're doing quite well with the rainwater that we've got, but having a big tank set up, like we're not watering gardens at the moment. So later on we'll have the gardens in the orchard, and we don't, we'll have more like livestock and things. So it's important to have plenty of sources of water for them all. So that'll be good. Yeah, that's pretty much what we've been up to this week. So I think we'll probably just leave the video here and we'll catch you guys again next week. But thanks for watching. We appreciate your support.
Yeah.